Hi there, I'm Joe.
I'm Jacob.
And we are watching Star Trek for the first time. Last time on Star Trek, I am emotionally drained. We are recording this right after reunion. And
again, peek behind the curtain.
Yeah, utterly blown away. I saw Riker with a trombone in this thumbnail for this one. That's all I know going in. I hope we have a silly, fun time for this one. Today we're watching an episode called Future Imperfect.
Future Imperfect. And Riker with the trombone is...
Riker with the trombone
the VHS quality image.
Yeah, Paramount Plus, I don't know why, just the thumbnails are like this weird kind of grainy VHS quality. The episodes themselves are fine.
They look good.
When you're watching it, but the thumbnails are always this weird VHS quality. I don't get it. Anyway, we're going to see what it's all about. We're going to get into post-episode thoughts in a second. Be sure to join us then. We're about to watch Future Imperfect. They give Riker the weirdest fucking episodes, man. They give this guy such weird episodes.
They do.
Fucking Worf is like, episodes about identity and what it means to be a man of two worlds. And Data's questions about humanity. And Picard questions about leadership and his own humanity. And then Riker's just like, man, what if you had a son, I guess, but also your son's an alien god thing with telepathic powers?
Right. And it's also maybe the future, but maybe not. That
was the best stuff. The speculative future fiction of the episode. That I thought was really, really cool. I could almost, for a solid portion of the episode, I didn't actually think it would be like, this is what the actual future looks like for these characters.
No.
But part of it was just, I was just so happy that the episode genuinely treated that future fiction with just a real weight, a real just they take it very seriously. They play it straight. The actors are taking it very seriously. I really appreciated that.
I point out because it's being taken seriously because Riker has no reason to think what's happening as a fiction.
Yeah. And so, like I don't know. I thought it was the best stuff. I like the idea of, first off, opening on Riker's birthday, opening on like just something that means a lot to him. What does he actually want? So I think perhaps that's a theme that could have been explored a bit in a bit more depth throughout the episode. Of like, what does that Riker actually want? Like does Riker actually want a kid? I don't know if he actually wants a kid. I certainly never got that vibe personally.
I mean, he even says that, like, he always feared being a father.
Yeah. Because his dad sucks so much.
Yeah, he literally says that's the reason.
Did I mention I hate Kyle Riker?
He literally mentioned that's the reason that, like, he didn't feel he had a great relationship with his dad.
Yeah.
Which informed him as a young man that he doesn't know if he could be a dad.
Yeah.
Of course, that all doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah. I could see a potentially just stronger version of this episode where we focus very strictly on the future fiction and not so much the Romulan stuff. And maybe if we focus a little bit more on Riker's own unhappiness at the start, perhaps. Because it opens on his birthday for a reason. I think it clearly wants to do what do you wish for, Riker? What do you actually want? And it wants to kind of do the type of like future fiction of like It's a Wonderful Life, something like that. Of like where he sees a different version of his life and realizes what he has is good. But we don't do that. It's all, God, I can't believe I'm about to praise this. And this is a better episode than the episode I'm about to mention. But I want to praise the opening of an episode like The Price, where we see Deanna Troi in a state of distress, and then potentially giving her something that would make her life better. I don't like The Price. It's a bad episode, but the opening is good. It tells you what the mission statement of the episode is.
Yeah,
and I think the beginning of this could have focused on that a bit better. The actual future stuff is great, though. Like I said, I like the things that could still potentially just be true about Star Trek's future. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I know the Ferengi become part of Starfleet eventually. I know there's a Ferengi in Deep Space Nine.
Deep Space Nine. Picard becoming an admiral? That's not a hard guess.
That's not a stretch of the imagination.
Riker becoming captain of the Enterprise? He's already been captain of the Enterprise.
Multiple times. Riker being a father isn't out of the ordinary. Geordi eventually getting those implants in his eyes. Those have been mentioned in the show before.
Yeah, Geordi has contemplated it, for better or worse, depending on the writer.
Yeah, these are all things that in general are pretty reasonable to assume about Star Trek's future. And that's, again, what I really appreciated about the episode, playing it so straight and just being like, no, this is what the future is like. Because it's not a stretch of the imagination. God, what is with the crazy ass season 1 polls though.
Right?
This has happened so many times this season already of people just assuming that you're going to remember the worst season of Star Trek.
This season, we have been advised, I will once again remind the audience, to skip.
But we watched it, and I remember, I'm not going to look at my notes when I say this, I remember 11001001. That's the exact title. I know that off the top of my fucking head. I remember that episode. Because Minuet from 11001001 is in this fucking episode, and it's so weird. It's such a weird moment. God,
Although it is really funny to picture that this non-real woman meant so much to Riker. Just the quick 30 seconds he saw her,
yeah,
he was like, I know exactly who that is.
I think the idea, and granted this was Tomalak saying this in the fictionalized...
In the fictionalized...
In the holodeck within a holodeck. This is Tomalak saying, like, we pulled it from, like, the recesses of your memories, essentially. So yeah, like, I guess the idea would be, like, when you're pulling it from his memories, you want to choose something that actually is just far at the back and that Riker barely thinks about, but he does have in his mind. So I'm guessing that's where that comes from, in that hypothetical world. But man, I just can't get over the weird-ass Season 1 callbacks. Hell, we didn't mention it last video. Well, we mentioned Heart of Glory last video, but Heart of Glory is specifically brought up with the Klingon Death Ritual. You have Tasha Yar in Legacy. You have... I know I've mentioned a bunch of other ones.
Yeah, like, just not even that long ago. Not
Brothers with lore, you know? Oh man, there was more, and I'm looking through my notes and I can't remember them all now.
No, I think that's enough to make the point all the same.
Yeah, exactly.
I think of those, lore is probably the most obvious that an audience will remember.
Yeah, it's one of the actually great episodes of Season 1. And so is Heart of Glory.
Of Glory.
That's beside the point. I did like the kid playing Riker's kid though. Ethan. Jean-Luc Riker, which is actually hilarious. And I could actually, and once again, it's not a stretch of the imagination, I could imagine happening in Star Trek.
I think the episodes lost me a little, not a ton, but like I had to wrap my head like what was the episode actually doing at the end when we did the illusion within the illusion.
Yeah, the holodeck within a holodeck.
Yeah. Like when we were at that point, I was like, okay, I need to actually think about this episode wants me to think.
Yeah. And then there's the whole, like, you know, I will always think of you as Jean-Luc. I'm like, okay, so clearly they want to do the whole Riker, like, you know, he saw him actually as a son. And that's something that he wants. And it just, I feel like the point of while the episode is fine in execution, and I did, for the most part, enjoy it, I think it could have just hammered home its point a little less subtly, I guess.
Yeah, a little less subtly, because it's a little too subtle.
Yeah. My last note of the episode, though, is Ethan is a holodeck, and I think that's it. That's the episode. Yeah, it's fine though. It's a solid enough time. I would rewatch it again, but I mean, with how great season 4 has been in general so far, I think only being 8 episodes in, there are about 5 or 6 others that I'd rather watch than this one.
Fair, yeah.
But it's been great. It's been a great season so far. I'm very excited to continue. And if you're excited to continue, check out our Patreon. Patreon.com/BloodedStudios. You can get early reviews to Star Trek, exclusive Star Trek commentaries, all kinds of fun stuff. General support tiers as well are there, so check that out as well. I guess until next time, no. See, I keep messing up the intro now that I threw in the Patreon ad. Be sure to join us next time when we continue Star Trek The Next Generation. Until then, this has been Joey Morgan.
I'm Jacob.
Goodbye.